I think we good. I think we good. I think we good. Y'all, again, thank y'all. Thank y'all. Oh, why else am I playing? There we go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Y'all already know what's good, y'all, what's good, y'all, what's good, y'all, what's great. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Can the Brothers Get a Rap podcast. I'm your host, Ashley Lovechild. I want to thank y'all for tuning and tapping in, man. Big time love in the chat. Again, excuse me. I'm just running a little behind, technical difficulties, but we worked it out and we here. So we're gonna have a great fire top tier show tonight. Shout out to the chat immediately. Shout out to the chat. We already got some of our day ones in the building. Shout out to Culture in the building. Shout out to King in the building. Shout out to Ebony in the building. Shout out to Tremont in the building. Shout out to Shay in the building. Appreciate y'all tapping in. As always, y'all always be amazing. So again, I want to thank y'all for tapping in. Big love, big time, as always, man. Also, I want to quick shout out to y'all supporting my new EP. Continue to support my new EP. It's been an amazing ride so far. My new EP, Winners Loyalty, is out right now on all music platforms. So again, thank y'all for supporting the new music. 6 songs on that project. Again, it's called Winners Loyalty for those who haven't heard of it yet. It's your first time, make sure you go tap and call Winners Loyalty, type in Ashley Lovechild on any music platform, and the new EP will pop up. So I just want to thank y'all for supporting me as always. Another quick shout out to the chat as well. Another quick shout out to the chat. King P, gifted. King P, gifted. Thank you, appreciate that. Just cause the show is fire. Thank you for that. I appreciate the support and love and the energy, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. As always, supporting the show. One of our day ones, might I add. Yeah, this is episode 175. Again, if it's your first time watching, this is the Can the Brothers Get a Rap podcast. I'm your host, Ashley Lovechild, and we talk about everything. It's basically barbershop talk, but we talk about everything from social commentary, sports, music, media, everything that could be talked about. We talk about it here. So, again, thank y'all for tuning and tapping in. So, appreciate y'all always. Uh, a quick shout out to our presenting sponsor, Button Snaps, where you get the finest of movies, shows, documentary, and original content for your viewing pleasure of $4.99. Again, that's Button Snaps. That's button hyphenated sign snaps.com. That's button hyphenated sign snaps.com. Make sure you go there right now, see some fire movies and everything that comes with it. So make sure y'all tap in. We already know we're on the road to 20,000 subscribers. We're a little over 11,000 subscribers. So continue to support. Again, continue to support by subscribing, sharing, hitting that all notification bell. There's also memberships in the page, y'all. So make sure y'all continue to support the show. And different memberships do gain different access. So y'all continue to support. I appreciate it immensely to the utmost power. So thank you. Yeah, I already know. Let's get this thing started. No further no ado. First segment of the night, popular opinions. This segment is brought to you by OUV Records. You see it right there. OUV Records, where the label motto is create, document, and inspire. Go to Instagram at OUV Records and stay in tune to the latest music and merchandise. All right, y'all. First segment of the night, popular opinions. And y'all already know, y'all, these are not our questions. These are the world's questions. So stick to the answers in the questions, y'all. All right, let's get it. First question of the night. Favorite Dr. Dre collab on this list. Favorite Dr. Dre collab on this list. Number 1, Eazy-E. Number 2, Snoop Dogg. Number 3, Tupac. Number 4, Eminem. Again, let me know what y'all think in the chat. The chat is so fire when y'all so engaged. Again, the question is, which is your favorite Dr. Dre collabs on this list? Again, number 1, Eazy-E. Number 2, Snoop Dogg. Number 3, Tupac. Number 4, Eminem. Again, let me know what y'all think in the chat. Which one is your favorite? Shout out to Jax in the building. Appreciate you tapping in. Shout out to Ben in the building. Appreciate you tapping in. Do a flip right now. You won't. Appreciate you tapping in. Hit them hearts, y'all. Hit them hearts. Hit them 100s. Hit them hearts. Hit them 100s. Appreciate y'all tapping in, man. Appreciate you supporting the show. I'm seeing Tupac. I'm seeing Tupac. So again, the question was favorite Dr. Dre collabs on this list. Again, number 1 was Eazy-E. Number 2 was Snoop Dogg. Number 3 was Tupac. Number 4 was Eminem. And the chat, I'm seeing Tupac so far. Me personally, all these collabs is legendary in their own type of way. I like Eminem collabs. That song that he did with oh my God, the video was super fire. But he has so many songs with Eminem. But it was one particular video where the guy comes home and he finds the woman, and like I forget the name of that song, but that song and video was top tier fire. Tupac, I mean, California Love is just one of those ones. Eazy-E, he started off with Eazy-E, but I'm gonna have to go with Snoop Dogg on this. The chat, I'm seeing Tupac with this. I'm gonna have to go with Snoop Dogg on this. Me personally, I'm going with Snoop Dogg. Shout out to Austin in the building. Hit them hearts, hit them 100s, man. Appreciate you tapping in. Will you grab the camera from Lamar at the okay? Shout out to Chuckin in the building. Lord, I just want to be in that number. Okay. Shout out to Daco in the building, man. He said Eazy-E, Eazy-E, Biggie. So the chat has spoken. I'm seeing a mix of everything. I'm seeing Tupac. I seen Eazy-E. I went with, personally, Snoop Dogg. The rest of the world at 41% and over 5,000 people voted on this went with Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg it. And I don't know, like, if y'all remember, like, the very first song that I seen Snoop Dogg on, it was to a song called Deep Cover. You can't even find the soundtrack anymore, but the movie Deep Cover with Lawrence Fishburne, they did, you know how they go to the artist for the track song. So Dr. Dre has a song called Deep Cover with Snoop Dogg, and they bodied that, and that was my introduction to Snoop Dogg. So, and he just skated on that song. But you can't find the actual song anywhere outside of watching the movie. So I guess something had to do with the rights to the song or something. But fire song though, fire collabs, all legendary collabs, by the way. Shout out to Shannon in the building. Appreciate you tapping in. Again, hit them hearts, hit the 100, stay engaged in the chat. Thank you for tuning and tapping in. We're on every Thursday, every Sunday at 10:30. Can the Brothers Get a Rap podcast? All right, y'all. Moving on to our next popular opinion question. And again, y'all, these are not our questions. These are the world's questions. So stick to the answers in the questions, because I seen Biggie, and Biggie wasn't even a part of the answer. All right, y'all. Favorite Michael Jackson music era. Favorite Michael Jackson music era. Number 1, Jackson 5. Number 2, Billie Jean era. Number 3, The Bad era. Number 4, You Rock My World era. So let me know what you think in the chat. Let me know what you think in the chat. All these eras is top tier. I don't think people realize how big the Jackson 5 was. Like, that was more like my mom's era, you know, the 60s, 70s, you know what I'm saying? And when she used to tell me, like, yo, people used to go crazy over little Michael Jackson, and then you could see it because when he became an adult, he would get on stage, won't move a muscle, and people would just pass out. So I can definitely get it and see it now because of that. But my particular favorite era of Michael Jackson, me personally, I'm gonna say Billie Jean, because that era was just top tier to me. Like, you know, you could still go back and watch those videos right now, and even though the technology is a bit dated, but it's still fire. Like, it doesn't get anything better than Billie Jean. It doesn't get anything better than Oh my God. Then Thriller, as far as the production value, this is around the same time I believe Smooth Criminal came out. I think Smooth Criminal was on that same album. I could be mistaken. I could be mistaken. But all in all, still that Billie Jean and still in that Billie Jean and Thriller era was just top tier. It was just top tier. Always starting something or trying to be started something. Is that? I don't think that's on it either. I'm gonna have to look this up because I want to make my claims right. Let me look this up real quick because I'm still gonna go with the Billie Jean era, but I just want to be clear on some of these songs that that I remember from Michael Jackson, and some of these songs are mixed on albums that I just wanted to be clear on. So I'm just looking it up real quick. So bear with me real quick, y'all. So I'm going to. I got the Thriller album in front of me. So looking at that's the album that's the Billie Jean era. So Wanna Be Starting Something, Baby Be Mine, That's My Girl, Thriller, Beat. Oh come on, Billy, Human Nature. Come on, that era is top tier, Michael Jackson. So I'm sticking with my answer with Billie Jean. In the chat, they going with the Bad era. The rest of the world at 65% went with the Billie Jean era. Yeah, see, y'all with me. Y'all with me on this. Over 65% went with that. Over 65% of people went with that. Because that era was so top tier. Now, You Rock My World was cool. That's slight MJ. You know what I'm saying? That's cool MJ. You know what I'm saying? That's, gum on his shoe, trying to hit that spin MJ. You know what I'm saying? Still could do it, but it's seasonal. You know what I'm saying? It's a little slower. But the Bad era was fire because that was like, Remember the Time and, that era. But I'm going with the Billie Jean era. Scream was whack. Shout out to Black Niner in the building. Appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the comment, brother. Hit them likes, hit them hearts, man. The Scream was. You thought Scream the song was whack? Nah, I can't agree with you on that. Now it may not be. It may not be. See, calling Scream whack is like that's like calling Scottie Pippen whack, like as a basketball player. You know what I'm saying? Like you got so much top 10 material from Mike, and then he give you something with Janet. I just think that song with Janet, some people was expecting something different. But the video was popping. Him and Janet busting it, brother and sister vibe. Like, come on, that was popping. The song is cool. It's not the first 20 songs you would play of Michael Jackson. That's a fact. I give you that. That's a fact. But to say it's whack, nah, bro. For top Mike and top Janet, the video, yeah, okay. Yeah. You see where I'm going with this. So I get what you're saying. If Michael Jackson was alive and he did a versus, would Scream be in the versus? Nah. But if mind you, versus is about performances as well. But if Janet come on stage and they perform Scream, it's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? It's cool. But if that is his top 20 songs, yeah, nah, I agree with you. Nah, but it's still a fire song. You get what I'm saying? Like that joint still move the needle a little bit. Know what I mean? So chill, you know what I'm saying? Like that's Scottie Pippen, you know what I'm saying? You got Jordan, you got Magic, you got Steph, got LeBron, got Kobe. That's screaming Scottie Pippen, you know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? It's still good work. You know what I mean? It's still good work. So again, that MJ, I don't think people realize how impactful MJ is, yo. Because everybody mess with MJ. Whether you a music lover, well, I'll say this. Whether you're a music lover that enjoys gangster rap, whether you enjoy smooth rap, trap rap, if you done really killed by 4 or 5 people that nobody know about, when MJ come on that baseline hit, I don't care how many people that you done killed in your life, bro. You still in your lifetime tried to moonwalk, bro. You still try to spin and do all the kicks and all that like MJ, bro. You still had a makeshift glove in the crib. That's how impactful MJ was, bro. I have to say that. Again, I seen this video where he was performing, MJ had to like he cannot do a venue, or he could not do a venue unless he had a certain amount of emergency responding people around. And that's just not because his fan base was rowdy, like, yeah, it's nuck if you buck. Like, nah, it's when you see him, it's like, nah, that can't be. He bust the move, he stand real still, fallout. So, you know what I'm saying? Jesus Christ is better than MJ and Scotty. That's a fact. That's a fact. Jesus, what God made MJ, you know what I'm saying? And Scotty, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to World Star Baseball. Appreciate you tapping in. Hit them likes, hit the 100s. Stupid. Mega diss on Pippen. Mega diss on Pippen? Nah. Don't do it tonight. Don't do it tonight. I got Pippen smoke forever. Don't do it tonight, all right? I don't even have sports conversations with most people because they don't understand when I say Pippen was a great player, but he wasn't a superstar. He was a glorified role player. And that's cool. That doesn't take away for how great he was, because Pippen could do everything. But when he had the chance to be the man, the big homie on the block, they had to send bro to protective custody, the protective custody wing. When Jordan left, they went to Cool Coach. Cool Coach was a great player, but he ain't no Scottie Pippen. But in the clutch, they went to Cool Coach. And Pippen couldn't get him over the hump by himself. So then people will say, well, Jordan didn't do without Pippen. It's about Scottie, right? So now when Scottie goes to Houston, some of y'all don't remember, who do he have? He has prime Hakeem Olajuwon. He has over-the-hill Barkley. That's still a good tandem enough to make it to the chip. Bro, I think they went like second round, knockout. Pippen, great player. Look at the stats. 15 points a game, maybe six rebounds, 7 rebounds, about 5 assists. Great stats for a role player. Great player. Great player. You know what I'm saying? But chill, don't do it. I'm not even going to bring up Blazers Pippen, where his team was Rasheed, Brian Grant, Sabonis, J.R. Rodder, Damon Stoudemire, Steve Smith, Bonzi. What? Dude, don't do it. Don't do it. Jermaine O'Neal, a young... Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Don't do it. I thought you been Scream the movie. Scream the movie? No, man. No, man. Great. Okay. Thoughts on Barkley, Hakeem, Pippen, right? Yeah, I just, you know what I'm saying? So I addressed that. Gary. Shout out to Garrett in the building. Shout out to Bones in the building. Yeah, again, that Rockets team was supposed to, you know what I'm saying? Because remember, the year prior to Pippen getting in there, the Rockets just won their second chip, right? So the Rockets won, their last chip was 95. Scotty was there, believe like 98, 99. I would say 99 season. That's still a couple years, you know what I'm saying? Still a good enough team. Second round. I could be wrong. It might have been the first round. I think it was the first round. But shout out to Scotty. So Scottie Pippen is the equivalent to Scream, MJ's Scream song as far as the catalog. You know what I'm saying? Because when we talk about Billie Jean, You Rock My World, you know, all the upper echelon songs, that's the MJ, the Kobe's, the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's, the LeBrons, you know. You get to Scream, you know what I'm saying? That's Pippen. You feel me? Cool. So I think I explained that well enough. All right, y'all. Moving on to our next segment. Hollywood Need to Ask Us. We came up with the segment because we just got better ideas for movies or a movie series. Hollywood just been giving us a lot of trash movies that we didn't ask for. It don't even have any intrigue. It don't even have any creativity. So I feel like I got better movies or show ideas or movie series ideas for movies that we will want to see. So So Hollywood need to ask us. I would love to see a movie, but it's theme based, right? So I would want to see a real movie, and I think we have shows like this, but they don't really show the consequences, right? I want to see a real movie based on criminology and crime and the effects of what happens to the person and the family. Because we got shows like Power, we got shows like BMF, we got shows like, we got all these shows like that, right? And the murders, people forget, like, these are murders in the shows and movies, right? But they don't show the real consequences of that. Like, to murder somebody, you just don't be like, I'm walking down the street and I'm gonna just murder somebody. It don't happen like that. It's not, everybody ain't Ghost, everybody not Tommy. To get to that type of wavelength in real society as a human, you have to be a sick individual to think that murder is cool, to think that murder is always an option with somebody that you have a disagreement with. If you watch a show like Power or shows of that ilk, it's like, oh, we got a beef. Oh, he don't want to. Oh, all right, cool. And you just go murder the dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't show the real consequences of that. And because of that, because we're watching that, people think murders is cool and think it's okay to do, and they don't, because they don't show the consequences of it. It's part of, like, the era that we in is like, we live in death culture. We celebrate death culture when we should be celebrating life. It's cool to get older. It's cool to be able to get your own crib, have a nice car, and be able to enjoy it, to enjoy your family, to see your family getting older, to see your kids graduate school and all this type of things. It's cool to get older. So I want to see a movie based on that type of criminology and the effects and what really happens to not just the person that goes to jail, but what happens to the family. So I wanted to make it a cautionary tale instead of something that we celebrate. So I would like to see a movie based on that. And it would be kind of dope if they put like a theme on it, right? If they put a theme, if they layered this in the 40s, where they had the Great Depression. I believe that was the 20s. I think that was the 20s where they had the Great Depression. But if they took, like, one of those eras type of thing, let's say not the 40s, because people would think that we'll copy the sinners. So let's move this up. Let's say around the 60s, because the 60s is considered like the baby boomers, where a lot of those people that was rocking in the 60s, civil rights, you had people getting educated, you had people were becoming very radical, and all wanted to find ways to, just better their family. I think if you layer that, movie idea in that time and era, it's just too much legs to write it from. So I would love to see a movie based on that. I think that would be fire. The 9-2, the 292 Shades of Grey. Shout out to Tom in the building. This is my freestyle. Bones, they need to make shooters popular. Look at you. They made shooters popular. Look at drill. That is a fact. That is a fact, Bones. I don't want to sound like the old guy in the room, but I'm going to say it, right? When I was like a kid, like a kid, it wasn't cool, but it made sense if people did criminal activities and kept quiet about it. That was cool. It was kind of cool to, if you're going to do something that's not in your best interest, that could land you in jail, not to tell the whole world. Like, even though we didn't grow up with social media, there was a thing called word on the street. It got around town. So just because social media wasn't a part of our upbringing, that doesn't mean things didn't get around. And if you really didn't want to get in trouble, you didn't say nothing at all. So in this era, we have definitely made shooters popular and famous because they're shooters. Is it counterproductive? Absolutely. Absolutely. Like, what are you going to say when you're a shooter and you got grandkids and great grandkids? That's what you want your legacy to be? Okay, you was a shooter. Why? I was on dangerous time. Oh, so you wasn't doing it to advance the family. You wasn't doing it to advance your neighborhood. You wasn't doing it to advance the, a power, a power structure that benefited our people. Nah, I was just out here. I was just in the streets. Oh, oh, so I definitely agree with you on that, Bones. All right, y'all. Moving on to our next segment. Our must-see segment, must-see movies, must-hear music, must-read books. I don't have a must-read book, but I'm gonna have one for y'all next episode. But I do have movies, and I do have some music that y'all must tap into. All right, y'all. Must-see movie, must-see movie. My first must-see movie, let me pull it up. Excuse me. My first must-see movie came out in 2003. It's directed by James Manigault. This movie stars John Cusack, Ray Liotta, Amanda Peet, Pruitt Taylor Vance, and John C. McGinley. This movie is called Identity. This movie is fire. Fire. I won't ruin it for y'all by telling y'all the movie, but it's a must-see movie. It is about a newly limo driver who ends up with car trouble, and you have to see the rest of the movie. I'm not gonna ruin it for y'all at all. So make sure y'all go tap into see Identity. You can find that on Tubi. Tubi got all the movies. That's crazy. Second must-see movie came out in 2004, directed by Nick Ham. This movie stars Robert De Niro, Greg Kinnear, Rebecca Rom, Cameron Bright, and Morano Chambers. This movie is called Godsend. Oh my goodness, this movie. So this movie is about a couple and their son enjoying their life. They just celebrated his birthday, and you have to see the rest of the movie. I can't give y'all that extra nugget because I'm gonna end up ruining it for y'all. So make sure y'all go see that movie. It's a fire movie. Make sure y'all tap into see Godsend. And my third final must see movie. This one I had to really like. I'm gonna tell y'all just a piece of it because when you watch it, you be like, "What the hell am I watching?" But it's a fire movie. This movie came out in 2003, directed by Lawrence Kasdan. It's a story by Stephen King, so y'all know how Stephen King give it up. This movie stars Thomas Jane, Morgan Freeman. Y'all know he's my GOAT of actors. Donnie Wahlberg, Damian Lewis, Timothy Olyphant, and Jason Lee. This movie is called Dreamcatcher. This movie is so fire. All right, so this movie is about four friends growing up, and they have a fifth friend who was able to bond with them in a way where it advanced their life, right? And you have to see the rest of the movie. I won't ruin it for y'all, so make sure y'all tap it to see Dreamcatcher. So my three must-see movies, make sure y'all go tap into it. It's Thursday night, so y'all got the whole weekend. Come back and let me know. Again, make sure y'all go see Identity, Godsend, and Dreamcatcher. Fire movies. So make sure y'all tap into those movies. Please ruin it. Now, I can't ruin it for you, bro. I can't ruin it. I love Tubi. All these you can actually find on Tubi, on Button Snaps. I believe you can find some of these on YouTube. So make sure y'all go tap into these. I don't even have Netflix or Hulu anymore. I don't have Netflix or Hulu myself, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I Button Snaps, Tubi, and YouTube is my go-tos. You should watch The Magic of the Original Days. It was heartfelt, Hallmark movie. Is this Antonio Brown? You saying me or the movie? Shout out to Kip2 in the building. Appreciate you tapping in. Hit them likes, hit them hearts, hit them likes, hit them hearts. All right, y'all. Moving on to our must hear. Must put this artist on your playlist. Y'all know how I do when it comes to music, whether it's new or old. whether it's R&B or hip hop. I'm gonna give y'all fire music, and it deals with the vibrations. Y'all know how I do. So make sure you put this artist on your playlist and put these 3 songs. My featured artist for tonight is Michael McDonald. Michael McDonald has easily top 5 catalogs. I'm just gonna say that. I argue with yourself if you disagree, but Michael McDonald he's him in my book. He's him. My top favorite catalogs in music history, in my opinion: R. Kelly, Michael McDonald, Michael Jackson at number 2, R. Kelly at number 1, Michael McDonald at number 3, Jay-Z at number 4, and number 5, no, Mary J. Blige at 4, Jay-Z at 5. Those are my top 5 music catalogs. So argue with yourself. Don't argue with me. I'm not going to change on that, all right? But make sure y'all put Michael McDonald on y'all playlist. Put these 3 songs on there. Number 1, You Belong to Me, 2015 remastered version. Fire song. The original go crazy, though. That original go crazy. This one also go crazy. You Belong to Me, 2015 remastered version. Number 2, I Can't Let Go Now. Fire song. Like, people don't give Michael McDonald the credit for his writing, and it goes hand in hand with his vocals. I Can't Let Go Now. Make sure y'all put that on your playlist. And third and final song, I'll Be Your Angel. Again, fire, primo song. Still to this day, is still rocking and hitting pause. Again, put these 3 songs on by Michael McDonald. You Belong to Me, 2015 remastered. I Can Let Go Now, and I'll Be Your Angel. So make sure y'all put those on y'all playlist. Fire songs. Where's Prince? I have Prince at number 6. I have Prince at my number 6, me personally. I would put him in number 5. I would put him in my top 5, but for me, I enjoy R. Kelly's. And mind you, I'm not saying who is the best. I'm saying who catalog I enjoyed the most. R. Kelly's catalog for me is R. Kelly. Like, he spits hits. You see what I'm saying? My number 2 is MJ. My number 2 is MJ. My number 3 is Michael McDonald, dog. Michael McDonald, dog. My number 4, Mary. I don't think people realize Mary J. Blige is a cheat code. Her music is a cheat code. She got all different moods, all different styles, hip hop, hardcore R&B. She a cheat code. And her biggest songs, I won't say her biggest, but a lot of her big songs is remakes, and she made those remakes her own. And then my number 5, I told y'all who my number 5 is. Jay-Z. He ain't going nowhere. I enjoy Jay-Z catalog that much. And I got Prince at 6. And I probably have DMX probably like at 7 or 8. So, but yeah. Because I'll say I got DMX at 8. I'm going to slide Anita Baker at my 7. You feel what I'm saying? Feel me? So I got Anita at my 7, DMX at my 8 catalogs of all time. So, all right, y'all, moving on. So make sure y'all put Michael McDonald on y'all playlist, y'all. All right, y'all, moving on. Send them to Turkey or nah. Send them to Turkey or nah. Y'all already know how the game is played. We came up with this segment. We should have did this a long time ago, because I covered a story that somebody was acting like they was from the rainbow community. Y'all get what I'm saying? From the rainbow community. And in Turkey, because they act that way, they put this person in jail. And they made them do months in jail just for acting that way. So it became a running joke on the show. We're going to send them to Turkey. So now we came up with the segment. So type in T or type in N. Type in T or type in N. Send them to Turkey or nah. Shout out to Jay Rizzy in the building, man. Appreciate you tapping in. All right, y'all. Send them to Turkey or nah. NBA player Lamar Ball is releasing a new cartoon loosely based on his life. Send them to Turkey or nah. Send them to Turkey or nah. Let me know what y'all think in the chat. So type in them T's or type in them ends in the chat. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Shout out to Emerson in the building. Hey, I'm from Brazil. Appreciate you. Brazil is in the building, man. I gotta come out to Brazil. You know what I'm saying? Get my party on. You know what I'm saying? I need to come out to Brazil. So let me know. Send them to Turkey or nah. Send them to Turkey or nah. Bobby, so okay. I don't know what that terminology means, but shout out to Hungry Turkey in the building. Appreciate you tapping in. I don't know what that terminology that you're saying means, but in English, that comes across a little weird. But shout out to you. Shout out to you. All right, so me personally, I'm not going to send LaMelo Ball to Turkey for releasing his new cartoon. Um, I seen a preview of it. It looks fire. It looked like something I would actually watch. Like, it looks fire. Like, if and when it drop, I'm actually going to be looking forward to watching it because it is loosely based on his life, based on his character, on who he is as a basketball player. So it has basketball in it. It features his friends, but he refers to his friends as dogs, and they actually dogs, the character of dogs. So I thought that concept was also interesting as well, and the different breakdown of each character. So I would be very interested in watching that. And I also realized, I don't know if he's a part of the project long term, but he was a part of the initial trailer. Carl Franklin. I don't know those who are familiar with Carl Franklin, but he was a heavy contributor on the show Boondocks, and Boondocks is one of my ones for me. I love the Boondocks. So I would be very interested in watching the LaMelo Ball new cartoon. I think that would be fire. No, don't send them to Turkey. I seen it on Kai Sanat stream. It was dope. Yeah, it has a different theme, and then not only is LaMelo himself, but he also had the ability to turn himself into a dog, which is fire. So again, it looks very interesting. It looks like it's going to be funny as well. So I'm interested in watching that as well. All right, y'all, moving on. Send them to Turkey or nah. Send them to Turkey or nah. Uh, a lot of sports analysts, social media, using it via social media, a lot of sports analysts had the Colorado Buffaloes going 4-8 on their new schedule for the upcoming season. Send them to Turkey or not. Send them to Turkey or not. Which I think, again, hit them T's in the chat, or hit them N's in the chat. Either we're going to send it to Turkey or not. Again, a lot of the sports analysts via social media has the Colorado Buffaloes in their new season going 4-8. Are we going to send that notion that them going 4-8 to Turkey or not? Turkey or not? Let me know what y'all think in the chat. I'm going to say send them to Turkey myself. Send them to Turkey. Let's look at their schedule, right? So the Colorado Buffaloes, they have a really good schedule that's favorable to them this year. A shout out to Paul in the building. Appreciate you tapping in, Paul. Appreciate you tapping and hit them likes. Don't forget to hit them likes. Hit them hearts. Hit them likes. Hit them hearts. Hit them likes. Hit them hearts. Make sure y'all put that in, y'all. All right, y'all. So again, I'm sending them to Turkey because if you look at the Colorado Buffaloes schedule this year, they got Georgia Tech first game. Everybody have Georgia Tech winning this game. I don't. Georgia Tech is a good team. They have a solid running back. They got some guys on the outside. Their defense is kind of spotty, but I don't think they're going to beat Colorado. I don't think people realize how much improvement that offensive line is. Their offensive line is scary looking. Jordan Seaton is a preseason All-American. Jordan Seaton is what, 6'5", 315. His left guard, I believe, is Zai Chrysler. He's 6'7", 320. Their center, I think, is Olganabi. He probably go at 6'4", 310. Their right guard, it could be either Tyler Brown or Harden, or it's Harden, pause, Gooden. Like, all of these guys are 320 and better. and they physical guys. And then they brought in the other kid, I believe Hill from Memphis. He's another big guy, 6'4", 335, 6'5", 335. They're gonna be moving people on that offensive line. Their receiving core is amazing. Backs much improved, and the quarterback play is going to be different. It's not going to be Shador, but I believe their quarterback play will get the production that it needs to win games. So I like both of their quarterbacks, both veteran and new kid. So I think they're going to be much improved. Their defense is going to be savage. Their defense is going to be savage. So again, they have Georgia Tech winning. I got Colorado winning. Then they play Delaware. I got Colorado winning. They got Houston week 3. I got Colorado winning. Houston can be good, but they're not going to be good this year. They're going to be improved. Houston is not going to be good until next year. So I got them winning that game. They're going to beat Wyoming. BYU. Now, BYU is a great team. Do I have them beating BYU? Yes. They just lost their starting quarterback because their starting quarterback was caught in some sort of scandal where he went against the school policy on having sex. So he was forced to transfer out of the school. So that is a major cog when you lose your starting quarterback. And your team is not the same as the year prior to, but they're going to be good. But I have Colorado beating them. I have Colorado beating TCU. Now, Iowa State. I do have Colorado losing to Iowa State. I do have them losing to Iowa State. They do beat Utah. They do beat Arizona. West Virginia is a swing game. West Virginia is a very tough team to beat at West Virginia. So that's a swing game for me. But I'm still going to give the nod to Colorado because they have more talent on their team than West Virginia. Then the last game of the season, then Arizona State. I do have them losing to Arizona State. Their quarterback is nice. I said that last year throughout the playoffs. That kid is nice. They don't have Cam Scatterboo no more, though. But I still have Arizona State winning that game. But that could go either way because Arizona State is a home game. But I'm going to give the nod to Arizona State. And then they play at Kansas State. Kansas State always plays Colorado great. But I think they lose this year because last year they really wasn't supposed to lose. Travis got hurt at the ending of that game. And physicality, Kansas State played with a level of physicality that Colorado just didn't have the past season. They got that this year, so I'm going with Colorado. So I got Colorado going 10-2, 9-3 at the worst. So that's my my wins and losses for Colorado. So I'm sending their notion of Colorado going 4-8 to Turkey on that. Shout out to JG in the building. Shout out to Eric in the building. Appreciate you tapping in, man. Free Diddy, what are you hearing from Browns Nation? I'll be watching. Go Ohio State Buckeyes. Dang, JG, man, I was rocking with you for a hot second, bro. I was rocking with you until you did it, man. Until you brought up Ohio, I was rocking with you, JG. I was rocking with you, kid. Until you brought up Ohio. You know what cold talk that means, right? You know what that means, right? You know what side of the tracks I'm on, right? When I call an Ohio State fan Ohio. You see what I'm saying? You know what it is. Love to you, though. You know what I'm saying? Because you tapped in and rocking with me, but you know what it is, man. We cool, but on that day, on the game, I know what jersey you're wearing. You know what jersey I'm wearing. That's all I got to say, JG. That's all I got to say. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to beat y'all for the 5th time. I don't care what Jeremiah Smith was talking about. We're going to beat the brakes off of y'all this time. Like, I wouldn't say we beat the brakes off of y'all, but we're going to win. We're going to win. Because one of my best friends in the world is a Ohio fan. And he like, yo, bro, you heard what Jeremiah Smith said? We ain't never going to lose to Michigan again as long as I'm here. Bruh. Jeremiah Smith, great player. Probably the best college football player in the game. Him and your free safety is great players. But Ohio State, y'all too finesse. You know what I'm saying? When y'all come and play us, It's about street fighting. You know what I'm saying? Forget all the pretty stuff. You know what I'm saying? You got to roll them up. And we do that well at Michigan. You know what I'm saying? We roll them up. Y'all not equipped for none of that. Y'all want to be finesse. You know what I'm saying? Anytime y'all try to out-muscle us, we had to, you know what I'm saying? We had to hold that. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, last year we beat y'all with no quarterback. Lovelace, our tight end, didn't even play. And Will Johnson didn't even play. And now we got one of the best quarterbacks. Our defense is crazy. And our offense, we got a two-headed monster in the backfield. Our offensive line is looking, you know what I'm saying? But shout out to JG, though. Appreciate you tapping in. It's all in good rivalry. And I respect Ohio because y'all always put on. And the better y'all are, it makes us look even better when we beat y'all. So I appreciate y'all, you know what I'm saying? 5 in a row. Hold it down. Go blue. All right, y'all. Send them to Turkey or nah. Send them to Turkey or nah. Will Smith owns a 150 acre estate in California. It's so big that, it has its own zip code. Are we sending that to Turkey or not? Are we sending that to Turkey or not? The notion that Will Smith has a property so big that it has its own zip code. Let me know what y'all think in the chat. Me personally, I'm gonna say no. Like, why would I send that notion to Turkey? The fact that he worked hard enough to gain property like that. I seen the overview picture of the property. It looks crazy, by the way. It looks crazy. Like, it's OD. It should be its own zip code. That's OD. What's kind of lit, though, right? Because him and Jada is married. It's rumored that they're having, marital issues and so on and so forth, right? But the property is so crazy. Like, he could really be like, yo, you stay in that crib, because there's several houses on the property. It looked like a cul-de-sac, right? It's like, yo, if you stay in that crib, I'm going to stay in this crib, and we could just live our life. I do my thing, you do your thing, and we still cool. We still friends. So imagine if you have property so massive, so big, that you could have, like, your ex-wives, you know what I'm saying, or your ladies or your baby moms kind of, like, live on the same property, and y'all all have y'all separate life. All of y'all. You know what I'm saying? And it's so big that if they throw a party, it wouldn't even affect you because it's so massive, it's so far away. Like, that's kind of fire. That's kind of fire. So the property is crazy. Like, it has everything that you could ever want. Basketball court, tennis court, pool, grottos, golf, golf court. It got everything on that thing. You know what I'm saying? You can run track on there. So I'm not sending that to Turkey. Me personally, I'm not sending that to Turkey, y'all. Shout out to Ryan in the building. Sensing dangerous levels of okay. Also been told from multiple people Ashley has been in prison twice for once kidnapping. Okay. Woo. Nah, this not the place for that, brother. That's not me. I went and watched this guy. Okay, Ryan, you being weird. Shout out to you. You being very weird. You trolled. Hey, man, shout out to you. If it made your night to troll, shout out to you. I'm not joking. Okay, you being weird then. You being very weird. Shout out to Biggs in the building. My bro Biggs in the building. My bro Biggs have known me for a long time. If that was true, he would know that. He's known me for a long time. It's so weird. Like, I can't stand kids, but kids love me. Ain't that like the weirdest thing? I can't stand kids, but kids love. I think kids like people that don't want to be around them. Like, if I'm around kids, I get away from them. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, get away from me, kid. You know what I'm saying? But they don't want to get away from me. They want to call. They want to tell me a joke. They want to sing for me because I'm an artist. They're like, I got a song for you. I'm like, all right, sing your song, man. Like, rap your verse. You know what I'm saying? Kids never want to get away from me. That's the crazy thing. So that's very funny and weird. Some Diddy ass words right there. Now, see, you're a weirdo, Ryan. You're a weird. I don't know what it is, but you need yourself a woman. Cause to go on somebody's platform and to spew these type of things is wild work, and the trolling has to stop. How much do you get paid for trolling, bro? I really want to know that, because you can't troll me. You feel what I'm saying? Regarding this, too many people would know. Too many people would know if I was on that type of time. Trust me. Trolling from Australia, little man. Yeah, you being a weirdo. Now you throwing little man. Now you trying to belittle me now. Like, come on, get out of here. At least crack some funny jokes or something, dog. I get it. I look like the type of guy that will sleep with your woman and give you a 5 at the same time. Yeah, you're right. I would sleep with your chick. You in particular. I would dog your chick. I'll smash your chick. I'll smash your moms. I'll smash your auntie. I'm young enough and old enough to smash your older cousins. If they 21 and older, I'm old enough to tell you to get your ass up, go take out the trash, and at the same time, yeah, me and your older sister we're gonna be a little late tonight. So shout out to Ryan. Weirdo. You making trouble. Shout out to JG, man. You see these weirdos, man. You feel me, JG? You feel me? Just a weirdo. You don't know what type of dude I am. I'm for the shits. I'm for it, baby. Crazy. Weirdo. Just a weirdo. All right, y'all. Moving on. Send him to Turkey or nah. Send him to Turkey or nah. Dwight Howard newly wife, has reportedly filed for divorce just after 6 months of marriage. Are we sending her to Turkey for basically ending the marriage after 6 months or nah? Let me know what y'all think in the chat. Type in T for send them to Turkey, or type in nah. Type in T or type in N if we send them to Turkey or not. Shout out to Bang in the building. My mom's coochie. I bet it is. You here, bro? I bet it is. I bet you it's that fire, like you said. Now it might have a little thought to it, but I bet you it is. Your pops for sure thought it was fire. I know your pops thought that thing was fire. So, you know what I'm saying? Depending on the reason. He said depending on the reason. Oh, depending on the reason why she would get divorced. Okay. I see that. Now there has been several statements made about Dwight Howard regarding his sexuality based on what people believe. He has said it many times that he plays on a certain side of the park with his sexuality, and some people don't buy it. Regardless of the fact that it is, they felt like the marriage was basically like a scam. It was like her being his beard to legitimize the fact that he's not, on the other side of that, on the other side of the rainbow, if you catch my drift, right? So a lot of people are saying, based on that, they're not surprised that there is some sort of divorce. But are we sending them to Turkey? Are we sending her to Turkey just because she got divorced after 6 months? Because if you get divorced after 6 months, that means you really ain't tried. There's nothing that nobody could tell me. When you marry somebody, I mean, maybe because I view marriage differently. For men, it doesn't have a real benefit for men to get married in the eyes of the law based on how America views marriage. Because marriage is between two people and God, man and woman. So if it took you 6 months to say, nah, I'm good, then I just don't think you tried. Because you get married not to get divorced. You get married to have you forever, to have that person, to accept the good, the bad, the ugly. That's in the vows, ain't it? For sickness and health, for rich or poor, for death do us part, for goodness and health. Like, that's all in the vows, correct? So for her to do that after 6 months, That lets me know that you was thinking about this for the last 4 months. How is it even an option when you get here? Unless she just so happened to see or hear something so egregious that she had to get up out of there. But didn't y'all do y'all due diligence before y'all got married? Didn't y'all take the time to know each other, learn each other before you get married? Like, that's what's throwing me off when somebody say that, well, they're going to get divorced after 6 months. That's what throws me off completely. So at the end of the day, I'm not understanding how that's even an option. So when you look at stuff like that, it scares other men from marriage. Because here we're talking about, regardless of what you think Dwight Howard is, because if he say it, then he say it, right? But we don't know for sure. And if he said this is what he is, that's what he is. If he say he's you know, he rocks a certain type of way, then that's his business for real. That's his business. But at the end of the day, if he marries this woman and she calls it quits after 6 months, then there ain't no real way she was trying to work it out. So that's how I look at it. I just think it's a, you know, it's kind of like scheming, you know, real methodical. Like, yeah, I'm gonna marry dude. Whatever happens, I'm gonna look for a reason to get out, and I'm gonna take half his assets. You know, we all know that, you know, Dwight Howard has a lot of money. He has a lot of assets. He's a former NBA player. He made a lot of money throughout his career, you know, endorsements, salary, all that included, right? So for somebody to divorce you after 6 months just lets me know, like, you really wasn't in it for the long haul at all. So we got people, shout out to Tito in the building. Jesus love you, brother. Here, have a good night. He said, Jesus love you. Now, mind you, people use religion to curate their own narrative. So you have people that be like, well, you don't know how, you know, you don't know how long she tried to do it. 6 months is 6 months. We live in a world where 6 months is no time at all. And to be married for 6 months and there's no other, you know, meetings of the mind is crazy to me. You did not try. And that lets me know that it's very scheming type of vibes going on why she would do that. So, and I don't care what the reasoning is. Outside, if he's doing acts with children, that's, you know, that's not supposed to be happening. Outside of those acts, there's no other act that make her leave in 6 months. There's no other act. Because you did the due diligence, correct? And that's why I don't understand when people get married so fast that you marry this person, so you trying to figure the person out, you trying to learn the person. After y'all get married, y'all don't do the due diligence before. Y'all don't go see a marriage counselor before. Y'all don't, you know, speak to people who have been married, who is married. Y'all don't have people who are leadership and counsel. Like, so 6 months, nah, I'm not jacking it at all. I'm definitely sending that to Turkey all the way through. Shout out to Sugar Keeps in the building. I agree with Ryan. Appreciate you tapping in. Or you up a little criminal. Okay. Please, if you're here to support, I appreciate the support. I appreciate the likes. I appreciate them hearts. I appreciate them 100s. If you're going to crack jokes, but please don't be weird. I love a good joke. I love a great joke. But to be weird is like, come on, man. My pod is not built off of that. I'm not here for none of that. All right? We don't do bots over here. It's just straight love, straight energy, straight people. And we're going to engage and we're going to have a good time. Don't come over here and bring none of that negative energy because somebody took a shit in your cereal this morning. Because you couldn't pay your rent, because you couldn't, you know, get the clean comforter on your bed. We not here for none of that. Show love or get the hell out of here. I agree with you. I agree with you on that. Shout out to Biggs. Now, that's a fact, bro. That is a fact. All right, y'all. Y'all already know next segment. Y'all already know what time it is. It's time to Rap. This segment is brought to you by Button Snaps. Again, where you get the finest of movies, shows, documentary, and original content for your viewing pleasure of $4.99. Again, that's Button Snaps. That's button hyphenated sign snaps.com. That's button hyphenated sign snaps.com. First hot topic of the night. It's been big talks after the Diddy verdict. So the Diddy sentencing is coming up October 3rd. He still is being remanded. He hasn't had a bond set, so he's being remanded at least until October 3rd when he gets sentencing. I'm not necessarily mad at that because he was still found guilty on other charges. I don't think he's a flight risk though. So that portion of it is kind of weird because even though he does have assets, he's too tapped in and tied into the U.S. for him to actually make a run for it. In my opinion, he too many business, too much money is just too. His kids is here. There's just too much going on for him to just be out. So I don't think he's a flight risk based on that notion. But if he does get some sort of lighter sentence, which he will, obviously he's not looking at life because he was found out guilty on the racketeering, on the RICO case, I should say. So he will be avoiding life. But because he has been in jail for some point in time, there could be some sort of time served already, or so his sentence may be commuted in some sort of way. So again, October 3rd will be his sentencing night. Shout out to Lainey. I'm 9 years old. Shout out to you, Lainey. This is not the pod for you. If you're 9 years old, please get off the pod now. This is not the pod for you. I appreciate you tapping in. If you're really 9, if you're being a troll and being an idiot, but if you're really 9 years old, this is not the pod for you. We talk adult talk over here. We curse a little bit. We say grown things. So please, 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 come off the pod. Come off the pod. You gotta find you another pod, okay? And I know what Diddy did. Yeah, shout out to Lainey. If you're truly 9, please leave. Please leave, or I will have you off. Oops, my little sis said that. Okay, we're gonna get you up out of here, Lainey, because if you're 9, we can't have you on here and we're talking the way we're talking. So you gotta go. Passenger seat for the child. And she ride the back, or she could walk. Low dog, but it's the crib shit on. Shout out to AZ in the building. Appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate you tapping in, man. Okay. All right, so moving on to our next hot topic. YouTube has announced it's only going to pay for real voices and original content. So for those channels that have been doing a lot of AI, users or people who run the AI has been running it up, and it's going to come to an end July 15th. So YouTube have spoken on it. If they don't use real voices, have real imaging, or original content with the voices, then it's not even going to be allowed to be able to monetize. You still be able to make it, but you won't be able to monetize and make your money off the AI from YouTube anymore. So July 15th is the last day for doing so. Shout out to Steve Banner in the building. I'm at a barbecue, have free chicken. Shout out to you. Grape soda. Okay, shout out to you. Shout out to X in the building. Damn receding hairline. Shout out to AZ. I see your hairline still loading. Live 1080 per hair. Who's in the picture over here? Your shoulder. Hey brother, nice to meet you. Appreciate y'all tapping in. For the brother that said my hairline is receding, maybe a little bit, but I could still smash your girl. That's for sure. I could still smash your moms and your big cousin, your big sister. Yeah, if they 20 and older, the whole household is getting wrecked. So shout out to you though. Appreciate the good joke. Hey brother, nice to meet you. Baby dreads. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Can't smash none over here. Looking like L7. Yeah, I definitely can. I definitely can. Trust me, I definitely can. You trying to comment on another man's features? Whoa. You got other issues that you got to deal with, bro. So yeah, I'm all for that action. Shout out to you. You can't even say it with your chest. Come on, you sound. I don't understand these weirdos with these fake names, man. Like, how do you comment on another man's features, bro? That's crazy. And knowing damn well I could smash your whole household. Cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out. Shout out to you though, but cut it out. Cause I love great jokes. I love a great joke, but these are Scottie Pippen jokes. You know what I'm saying? If you was here earlier, you know what I mean. These are Scottie Pippen. So shout out to you. All right, man. Moving on to our next hot topic. New York City fires 31 officers after somehow they was able to enter the police academy despite failing their background checks. That is crazy. Like, New York City is very, like, they do very hardcore background searches. Like, you can't work certain jobs unless you clear background search. So for you to be a police officer and to be able to clear the background search with a failed background search is crazy work. So they fired over 31 officers for that. So that kind of lets me know that whoever got them in, it was either a group of people or one person that was getting them in and was letting it all rock. So at the end of the day, I'm just like kind of flabbergasted by that, because if you got people with failed backgrounds and now they have to deal with real people in the streets, they have to deal with real people moving forward. Like, yeah, I get people trying to put food on the table, but if you failed the background search, that means there's something in your background that should not be allowed on the street dealing with people in any type of capacity, because once you have NYC police officer or law enforcement or whatever the case may be, that's serious business. That's serious work. So at the end of the day, I mean, to have people out there with, imagine you getting on a plane and a pilot with a failed background is flying your plane. You're like, nah, whoa, wait, hold on. Why he failed the background search, right? We want to know everything. You want to feel comfortable with that. So how do we have people policing us with a failed background? So at the end of the day, I'm just kind of flabbergasted regarding that. It's crazy on that aspect. Shout out to AZ, man. You must like me, bro. I don't understand. You must like me. Got to keep my foot on their neck. These suckers trying to spit game, but in real life, a lame. I know you're not talking about me often. Yo, AZ, you a super lame on my platform, talking crazy. And you're not even talking crazy. You just corny. You just mad because I could smash your whole household, bro. But I appreciate you, though. You over here commenting on another man's features. Bro, I'm just saying. You talking about let's go. Let's go where? You sound like a professional crash out. This is not the place for that. Go play. This is grown man talk over here. Go play. Pull up. Pull up where? This is a weirdo. He must be attracted. I said the same thing. He must be attracted to me. You got underlying issues that this is not the pod for that, bro. I don't play on the rainbow side of the game, brother. Go somewhere and play. I'm only 9'5". Okay, he's a weirdo. You just looking for attention. I shout out to you, AZ. Shout out to you. You got it, bro. Crash out, weirdo. Shout out to you. All right, y'all. Moving on. Shout out to DJ Don. Knee on the neck. Let's go. Yeah, DJ Don, weirdo. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. Fox Sports analyst Rob Parker calls Coach Prime Deion Sanders a hypocrite for wanting a team salary cap, and mainly because there's no salary cap for coaching. So he calls Deion Sanders a hypocrite regarding that. Um, I think Rob Parker didn't get all his information because he also going to say that, well, he wasn't calling for a player's cap when Shador and Travis was in college last year, which he did do that. And also, not only did he do that, because he had made mention, Shador Sanders didn't take, a cap or a pay cut, or he basically took his NIL money, which is not true. He paid back into the NIL money. Having an endorsement and having NIL is two different things. And the money that he made from the NIL collective, he put it back in there so that way they could get other players from the portal. So Rob Parker, based on that notion, you're wrong. Now, should there be a salary cap in college football because the players are making money? Again, I'm for the players having their options and their abilities to be able to do what they need to do to feed their family, to make that money, to change their family life. Should there be a cap? No. Just because if I'm at your school and I'm saying to you, yo, I want to be here, but my services is going to cost $500,000. And you like, yeah, nah, we don't want to pay that. But I got another school that will pay that. Regardless if the school is better on the field or not, I'm going to make the type of money that's going to be generational money for me and my family. Ain't nobody in my family going to make this type of money ever, so I got to capitalize on it. So I'm speaking from those players. Now, other players who jump in the portal that haven't played much, haven't made any real tape, haven't made or created some sort of real just a real thing for themselves where they are able to demand that type of money, I get it. Definitely a cap on that. Definitely. But the top tier upper echelon players, I don't think there should be a cap, because if that money don't go to them, then who's it going to go to? That's like for years where they have the cap on, this franchise and that franchise. Okay, if the players don't get that money, then who get the money then? So I'd rather for the players to get the money than it go back to the rich entity that's already making the money. These institutions are billions up, and they only gonna make $1 billion more. When you have institutions that have money, enough money to pay 240 million, 180 million on just football programs, on just the football facilities, that means that money is coming hand over fist, plentiful. So now you want to cap. So I agree on some levels that you should cap majority of the players, but if their value goes up, then it should be an adjusting type of matter of fact, no cap, forget it, no cap. So I'm going to disagree with Deion Sanders on having a cap, but I'm not going to call him a hypocrite because his son and Travis Hunter both paid into the NIL. So I'm not going to call him a hypocrite based on that. But I want the players to make as much money as they possibly can. Now, some players, they can ask for certain money. That don't mean they should get it. Like, yo, bro, you barely played. You barely are impacting the game. So I'm not going to pay you this money. And if you leave, you're going to lose your scholarship. You ain't coming back. So that's the type of aspect I'm basically agree upon. So I call Rob Parker cat for that because Deion Sanders did speak on it, and he was loud when he spoke on it. So again, at the end of the day, I'm agreeing. It's basically meetings of the mind, to be honest with you, because Rob Parker, I'm definitely not agreeing with him as far as calling him a hypocrite, Deion Sanders a hypocrite. But at the same time, I'm not agreeing with Deion Sanders that there should be a cap. So to say that he's a hypocrite is crazy. Shout out to the chat. Dad Helen, appreciate you tapping in. Think his opinion means something. If you don't think my opinion mean anything, which is weird, then why are you here? That's the funny part. I continue to let y'all two goofballs talk in the chat because y'all just being goofy. Y'all just in the chat. Y'all on my platform talking crazy about me. Who looks more goofy? If my opinion don't mean nothing, then you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't even be putting in the chat. Just weird. Like, where's y'all chicks at, yo? Like, what? Like, put the Pornhub away. Guys is weird. If I'm whack and I'm wrong and my opinion don't mean nothing, then why you're here? Weirdo. And it'd be the same people that change their profile, put a new picture up, and come in as, people that's trolling. Get out of here, weirdo. Get out of here. I appreciate that. Appreciate you, Z, man. Appreciate you, Z Nasty. Appreciate you. Just weirdos. All right, y'all. Moving into our next hot topic. They said the Earth is going to spin much faster over the next few months, so fast that several days are going to be even shorter. So I did further research on this because I couldn't believe this at face value. So they said the Earth is currently spinning faster than usual. Some days to be slightly shorter than the standard 24 hours. This accelerant is not permanent change, but just a fluctuation in the Earth's rotation speed. So this started, they said, on July 9th. So July 9th, July 22nd, and August 5th. We'll see a noticeable acceleration in the days because the Earth spinning is so fast. So they said a part of the reason why is because unusual temporary increase in the world's rotational speed. This phenomenon is being closely monitored by scientists, and while they change, and it's notable because it's bucks of decade-long trends of Earth's rotational slowing down. Okay, so I always feel, like I said before, I always feel like we live in kind of like time travel, because even though in America we live in 2025, if you go somewhere like Ethiopia, they're actually living in the year, I believe, like 2018, 2019. So the way how we view our calendars, the Earth's rotational pull, all that means and hits differently at certain particular points of time. So it's just a weird dynamic that we're going through, to say that on these particular days it's going to be moving faster. I've been feeling like that for years. I've been feeling like these last 5 years has been moving at light speed. I don't know if it was because of COVID. I don't know if COVID was like the cop out, you got to stay inside, for us not to realize that time officially sped up around that time. And it was just like a weird time because everybody was inside. And to say that these 3 days in particular is going to make it even seem faster, I really feel like that already. I feel like the days are shorter, and it feels like we could get to next week Thursday in a heartbeat. So at the end of the day, to see this, it just pretty much puts in essence of what I've been thinking this whole time. So it's just a weird thing. Shout out. Matter of fact, AZ, hold on, before I'm gonna hook you up, AZ. I got you. I get it now. I got you. I'm gonna hook you up, AZ. I'll hook you up. I'm gonna hook you up. I got you, AZ. I'm gonna hook you up with some tickets, brother. I'm gonna hook you up with some tickets. We gotta get you right. Hello. We gotta get you right. We gotta get you right. Hold on, y'all. Let's get AZ. Hey. 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 Yo, AZ, we're gonna hook you up with these special tickets, man. I hope you enjoyed yourself. You just looking for weird energy. I'm not gonna reciprocate what you trying to give, brother. Like if you got some sort of attraction to me, I don't play on that. I don't play on that side, bro. I really don't. So shout out to you though. Shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna hook you up with some tickets. They're gonna be first class for you. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Cause you damn sure played yourself. So shout out to you. Don. We're gonna hook you up too, Don. DJ Don. DJ Don, we're gonna hook you up too, baby. We're gonna hook you up too, baby. Yeah. We're gonna hook you up too, dog. Yo, 2 first class tickets to the block party. You know what I'm saying? Hook them up. You know what I'm saying? Hook them up. It's all good. Hook them up. Took care of that. You know what I'm saying? I hope they enjoyed themselves at the block party. It goes crazy at the block party. You know what I'm saying? They should get some Diddy oil while they at the block party. Get you some Diddy oil. Take that edition. You know what I'm saying? Get you some Diddy oil. You feel me? So I hope you enjoyed yourself. Weirdos. We not here for that. My channel is not built off of bots and people just being weird and knowing damn well if they see me in person, they wouldn't say half that stuff. So we not here for none of that. But shout out to them though. Shout out to them. They tried. Shout out to Cozy in the building. Shout out to Team TS in the building. Obama younger, bro. You're most welcome. Regulate the chat for you. Keep up the good work. Ice. Oh, you heard the song Ice, baby. Shout out to Nobody M. Now, I appreciate that. Sometimes I let people cook just to cook, but it's not built over. You know, sometimes you try to kill people with kindness because after a while, all right, you know what I'm saying? It's not built off of that. You think there would be some sort of like, I get it. But, you know, but it gave me some good content. You gonna peep the new Clips album that just dropped. That's a fact. I'm a big hip hop fan. I love the Clips music. Fire duo. It's been mixed reviews from what I heard, but I'm gonna definitely check them out. You did everything right, Ash Love. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. All right, y'all. Moving on to our next hot topic. A man goes viral after setting up a backseat camera, y'all, catching one of his clients performing sexual acts while her boyfriend was in the house. Put that in the chat. Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. So it's on social media, or he sets up the camera, the phone in the back seat. She gets in the car. They say they want to. She looking for, you know, a little herbal substance. You know what I'm saying? And he like, yeah, so all that stuff you was talking. She was like, whip it out. Okay. You see her, you know, on her, you know what I'm saying? On her state property, rock the mic, pause. You know what I'm saying? And I guess the boyfriend comes out. They don't show the boyfriend, but she kind of like stops because the boyfriend, like, I guess peeks his head out, whatever. And but it's going viral. So let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. For me, it's spooky hours out here, bro. It's spooky hours. Like, I don't think people understand, for men, how scary that is. This is part of the reason why, and I'm not putting this all on women. I know I got some women in the chat, but this is part of the reason why that you see a lot of men just backing up from relationships. Because I've been a part of a situation where, well, several situations, and I'm not saying it's a brag, but I'm trying to make a point, where I'm dealing with a woman that has a boyfriend or a husband or a fiance. But I was just like, I don't care type of thing. But I don't know him. He's not my friend. I don't know him. I don't see him and dap him up and then do my 1-2. But it just gives that fear that, yo, so you married her? That's your fiance? You really like cuff her, like you really show her love, and she come home and kisses you, and she just did her thing with another man. for every man, that is a scary thought to think that you could have seen your woman walk through the door. Like, can you imagine if you think back to all the times when your girl walked through the door, she hugged you, she kissed you, slobbed you down, grabbed your balls and all that, and be like, yeah, yo, I'm gonna take me a shower. Then like later on, we might get it popping tonight. Like, might tear that ass up now. Like, no, give me some time. Like, if you think about to them times, if you had them times, that's a scary thought. You want to choke somebody, right? So that's part of the reason why, because no guy wants to be on a receiving end of that, where it's like, yo, I can't even trust my woman. Because, ladies, it's different for y'all than it is for men. It really is, because for y'all, like men, we view y'all as like sacred ground. So when we like really love on y'all, when we call you our woman, when we call you our wife, when we call you our girl, it's like, yo, you the queen. You the queen. And the only person that could disrespect that is you. So that's unfair for most men. That's why you don't see most men trying to get in relationships, because there's nothing more heartbreaking than taking somebody serious and finding out that they're a hoe. Trust me. I go back to my childhood. I'm telling you, like when I was in the 6th grade, I had this crush on this girl. I'm not gonna say her name. She was 6th grade fine. You know what I'm talking about, y'all. That person in the 6th grade, your 6th grade version of yourself, not the grown version of yourself, your 6th grade version of yourself. I had this crush on this girl in the 6th grade. I'm like, oh my goodness, I got to get up on up. You know what I'm saying? I was able to do, get my little kiss on, get my little hug and rub, you know what I'm saying? And then come to find out, I went back to my boys. I'm like, yeah, you never knew who I just bagged, you know what I'm saying? Do my little 1, 2, you know what I'm saying? Huh. Like, who, who? Huh. Oh, that's party line. Whoa, wait a minute. At 12, that's party line? That's all you got? You just got a hug and a kiss? Yo, that's crazy, bro. Like, she party line. I'm like, what you mean? Like, she party line. That broke my whole little heart at the time, because I looked at her like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's heaven's door, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's my little, you know what I'm saying? It's my little thing, you know what I'm saying? 6th grade version of that, right? It hurts even more as a grown man. When you love on somebody, you building with somebody, you like, yeah, yo, that's my girl, meet my girl, yo, this, you know what I'm saying? This the lady that keeps me smiling. Oh, nice to meet you, you know what I'm saying? Now when she walk away, yo, bro, get rid of her, bro. The homies done, you know what I'm saying? They done ran her down, dog. That hurts. So reputation does matter. So at the end of the day, like, I know what that feels like. I'm pretty sure most men know what it feels like to like a woman and to realize she's not what you want her to be for you. You know what I'm saying? I think every man has gone through that, but I'm speaking mainly for myself. And this is coming from somebody that, I've had my, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to brag or nothing, but at the end of the day, it's like, yo, it's a scary thing to deal and to feel with when you build and you love on a woman and she doing her dilly dallies on the side. So, and that's very scary for her to go out to give somebody top from, buying substances from, and then to come back in the house and kiss you all in the mouth and make you something to eat, and you know what I'm saying, y'all sharing chocolate and all that. Like, that's something scary. So at the end of the day, this going viral, not surprised, but also very scary for men. Very scary for men, I must say that. All right, y'all, moving on to our next hot topic. College football 26 review. College football 26 review. I have to review it. There's some things that's been on my mind since this thing dropped. I bought it not first, but early release, the 3 days earlier, pay that little extra to get the deluxe package early to get my, my gaming on. College football 26, I will say this. It's a better play than 2025 as far as smoothness. But there are bugs in the game that kind of, you didn't see the bugs in 2025. but I like some of the change, the subtle change in the in-game play. Okay. One issue that I have with the in-game play is the defensive backs. They just standing around when the ball is in the air. They looking everywhere but the ball. So that was like one of my inks and one of my bug issues with college football. Another bug issue that kept popping up when I do the hat ceremony, it turns off my whole PS5. And when I do Road to Glory, so that was like another bug in the game. But and then I love the new team builder. The new team builder is fire. It's way more elaborate and detailed to what we can do with our teams. You can make it a party school. You can make it a pro football school. Like, it's so many ways you can make the teams or whatever. You could do more with the uniforms. So the team builder, top tier. Just add a couple more generic stadiums, because for people like me, I create like 9 teams. I got 9 teams created right now on my PS5. So make sure y'all tap in as well to Ashley Lovechild Mojo on PS. I think it's PS.com or PS5 or whatever. So yeah, make sure y'all tap into that. But yeah, so my college football review of the game, it could be better. It could be better. I love a lot of the new models as far as how the teams come out, the light show, all that type of stuff. But at the end of the day, I'm going to give it, on a scale of 1 to 10. I'm gonna give it about a 6. I'm gonna give it about a 6. And one of the reasons why I'm going to give it about a 6 is because some of the coaches wasn't a part of the game. So I have a list. What's the list at? So some of the coaches wasn't in the game, like Mario Cristobal, Deion Sanders, Kirk Ferentz, Bill Belichick, Bronco Mendenhall, Tyson Hinton, Charles Kelly, Frank Reich, Trent Dilfer, Bryant Vincent, Jason Eck, and Mark Carney. All are head coaches that are not in the game. Like, why y'all? I knew for a fact Deion Sanders wasn't in the game because when they said the coaches was going to be introduced and they put Ryan Day, in the trailer. No disrespect to Ryan Day in Ohio, right? But Deion Sanders is just a bigger draw as a coach. So if he was a part of the game, they would have had him front and center, in the game. So I think it's whack that they couldn't get those deals done, and that in the time that they needed to get it done, because it kind of takes away. You could create them to put them in the game, but it's not the same. It's not the same. But so I'm gonna give it about a 6.5, a 6, and I'll go 7. I'll go 7 because the gameplay is a little smoother, even though them bugs is crazy. But you could do substitution in game, which I love, that you couldn't do a year prior to. So and you add in a couple more teams. And I wish that we could take our team builder teams and play them in on our offline dynasty. So, I'm a big dynasty guy, so I wish we could do that. But we can only play with those team builder teams online. So I wish it was offline too. All right, y'all, moving on to our next hot topic. Shout out to Sucker Free in the building. Appreciate you tapping in. Sup, Orlando Brown. Yeah, appreciate you. Sucker Free is AZ, I think. Appreciate you. All right, y'all, moving on to our next hot topic. A man finds $7 million cash. A man finds $7 million cash in a $500 storage unit. Let me know what y'all think in the chat. How is this even a storyline? I guarantee you, if it's me, if it's Ashley, and I find $7 million in a storage unit, nobody would ever know. No, sir, bop. Nobody will ever know. How is that? Like, how do you tell people? Because you can get that money out of there without telling people. Like, how do you do that? That's crazy. I'm not telling nobody nothing. I'm not telling nobody Nathaniel. I don't get what money. I'm broke. I don't understand what you're talking about. 7 mil. What? I found $7. 7 million in cash. So I don't even understand how this is even a story. I'll be just like them dudes on Next Day Air. You would never know. You would never know I even had that money. What money? I don't know what you're talking about. I'll be doing whatever I can to come in and out and doing it seamlessly. Like I'm just there. I came in to put some more stuff in storage. And while I'm putting stuff in storage, I'm taking the money and out. See what I'm saying? I'm getting 2 or 3 big tubs of stuff. Like, yeah, I got these toys in here. My kids, they can't stop playing with these damn toys. Bring the toys in. You know what I'm saying? Take the toys out, put the money on in, go back to the crib zip. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even understand how this is even a story. If I'm that man, I wouldn't have said Nathaniel to anybody. And being the person I am, I'm very like giving. I bless people, So I'd rather do that with a giving heart than for people to know that I got $7 million. Because $7 million don't change you as a person. It changes the people around you. It gives them different expectations of who you are. $7 million just make you, or money of that nature, just make you more the person that you already are. If you're a giving person with $10, you're going to be a giving person with $7 million. If you're a scumbag with $10, you're going to be an ultra scumbag with $7 million. But it does change the people around you. It changes the perception of you. And the most dangerous place that you could live is in somebody else's perception. So that in itself, I would not tell anybody. I would not tell anyone. I would just continue to move and groove and be like what they call that, an angel investor, where if you invest with somebody, they don't know where it come from. I'll do something like that. So, if it had that much money, I'm helping starving children in our country and other countries. Nathaniel mirrors is what we say over here in Cali. Oh, for you from Cali? Oh, all right, that's what's up. I got family in Cali, man. $7 million will change me for sure. Let me find Let me find out. Shout out to Deuce Bigelow. He said Orlando Brown. I think he looked like Marcus Houston. Keep it a buck. Oh my God, bro. I agree with you hands down. He said, "Let me find out." That's funny. 7 million. I guarantee you this. Any type of large amount in cash, you're not doing half the thing that you say you're gonna do when you get it. And this is not to Zeb Nasty. I'm saying that in general. Like, I've had discussions with some of my friends, like, yo, what would you do if you got 300,000, right? And they'd be like, oh, all right, so I'm gonna put this away from my kids. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna like, yeah, fuck all that. Like, if you really got cash in your hand today, 350,000, what you gonna do? And then they start smiling and laughing, like, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm like, dude, it hits different when you get it in your hand. 7 million, I guarantee you, it gonna hit a little different. So again, if you are the type of mindset, if you're going to give with $10 in your pocket, when you get 7 million, you are going to give. That's a fact. Because again, it just makes you more the person that you already are. If you like to buy Jordans and you're broke, guess what? You're going to buy a whole lot of Jordans when you 7 million up. So me personally, I'm not telling anyone. I'm keeping it quiet. And then I'm putting that money overseas. And while I put that money overseas, I use that asset and borrow against it. So that way I live off off my interest from my credit. And a lot of people don't understand what cash is used for. Cash is made for credit. And if you use your credit, you can live off the credit and then save your cash. So just telling y'all what I know. So that's what I would do. That's why I say all the time, when these athletes and other people, they get this ridiculous amount of money and they end up being broke, I don't necessarily feel sorry for them, because even though they didn't get the education to know how to handle money, when you have that type of money, you have to put yourself in position to educate yourself to do things to protect your assets. You know what I'm saying? When somebody, like, imagine telling people who are broke that at one point in time that you had $150 million and you went broke. And you say, well, I went broke because I bought this house, that house, I was partying, I was vacation, I was doing all this fun stuff. To the person who's struggling and getting there from day to day, they not gonna have no sympathy for you. They gonna say, at least you got a chance to live that up. They not gonna have sympathy for you. So I don't necessarily feel bad, but it's a disservice to yourself when you mishandle money. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I think about that. Are you okay? Shout out to, this is Landon Brown, this dude from B2K, definitely live off the interest and dividend. That's a fact, man. That's what I'm saying. Most people from our culture don't even understand what that means. So at the end of the day, that's what I'm doing with the 7 million. That's what I'm doing with that 7 million. I wouldn't tell nobody. He told everybody, yo, I got 7 million in here off this $500 storage unit. It's like, oh, now you're gonna open the Kraken, bro, because everybody gonna come at you. Everybody from all the way from elementary school. Yo, bro, you remember that time I looked out for you? Remember I bought you that Klondike bar? Remember that one day you didn't have a single digit, a single dollar to your name? I hooked you up with that Klondike bar, bro. Like, let me hold something. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't say jack. All right, y'all, moving on to our next hot topic. A viral subject, a subject goes viral. I'm sorry. A subject goes viral. Is this universal or not? Is this universal or not? They relegated to cultured people. And for those who don't know, cultured people, in essence, I'm just trying to avoid saying the word black. Black is not what we are. We're not 3/5 of a people or a person. So I don't use the word black because it's counterproductive. We're cultured people, but that's a whole nother subject, right? So do us as cultured people, is this universal or not? Is this delegated just to cultured people? After buying $350 worth of groceries, we still would get extra food to eat right then and there. So we spend $350 worth of groceries and still go get hot food to eat right then and there. Is that universal or not? Let me know what y'all think in the chat. It's going crazy on the internet, like the question of, the 100 gorillas. 100 people versus one gorilla is going crazy like that. So I asked the question, is this universal or not? Where, again, cultured people or people in general spend $350 of groceries and still get something hot to eat right then and there, right? Me personally, I'm going to say, I know for a fact I do this. My family do this. We just was raised that way. Anytime we went and got groceries or went to the grocery store, bought, $100, $200 worth of food, we want to make that last. You know what I'm saying? That's for food for tomorrow or the rest of the week. We're going to get this extra food right now because when it's hot, you don't feel like cooking, and we want the food that we bought from the grocery store to last longer. So for me, it's universal, and I think it probably universal to most cultured families. They saying facts in the chat. I think it's universal to cultured families where we just do that. To me, it just makes sense to do that. It just makes sense. All right, I'm going to buy these groceries or whatever the case may be, and then I'm going to get some hot food on top of it. I still do that now. Majority of the times, I cook my food, but Publix, especially the Publix I live out, for those who don't know about Publix got excellent hot food. So I'll go get my groceries and, hook me up a little plate real quick from Publix, and that food be hitting on a whole nother level. So again, I get my little Publix plate, you feel me? And then I get my groceries, you know what I'm saying? Let that last for the week and kill that Publix, you know what I'm saying? So great food, I'm telling you. So I think it is universal in my opinion. So it's going to be funny and fun to see how this develops, because this is going viral, just like, again, the 100 men versus one gorilla. Is it is it exclusive to our culture that we buy $350 worth of groceries and still get something extra to eat? All right, y'all, moving on to our next segment, Keep the Lie Live segment. So my Keep the Lie Live for this segment tonight, let the main thing be the main thing, y'all. Let the main thing be the main thing. And what that means is whatever that you do that's important to you and important to others that you do, let that be the focal point. Learn not to veer off your own path to, yeah, I'm going to remix this thing and mess around, fall off your track, and now you're veered off from the main thing. Right? When you work your job, where you make your money, where you pay your bills from, that comes first. That is something called a priority. Letting the main thing be the main thing. Taking care of that main thing. Making sure that it sustains itself because it sustains you. So learn to keep the main thing the main thing. This really came up because, unfortunately, Los Angeles Chargers running back Najee Harris, he sustained a superficial eye injury, unfortunately, during the 4th of July fireworks mishap. We've seen too much in the past where people have been playing games with these fireworks, and it's unfortunate that they've gone through the stuff that they're going through, because this is not a good for you. This is not I told you so. This is not, it's not any of those negative things. These are cautionary tales that when you see it, it's like, yo, bro, once you make the main thing the main thing, now you remixing and you playing with your life. You playing with your livelihood. I remember a Giants player, Jason Pierre-Paul, great player for a long period of time, and he just got a big contract for the Giants, and he had like a July 4th mishap where he was holding M80s or whatever, and it took off some of his fingers. It's like he didn't protect the main thing. There's a guy who's on social media who's real big right now, for extra. He had some sort of July 4th mishap, which is unfortunate. They show pictures that, basically, his fingers is gone. You know what I mean? Like, that's really unfortunate. It's like you got to learn how to make the main thing be the main thing. So that's why I say this is not a aha or I told you so. No, learn how to continue to make the main thing the main thing. Don't remix this thing. We all want to have fun, but we have to make sure that our fun don't come in between or don't jeopardize what is our main thing. So we have to be very careful. And now that Najee Davenport, who's a great running back, might I add, he's a terrific back from Alabama. And now that he's joined the Chargers, they was looking to make the next step up. And it's unfortunate that this happened to him. But again, not letting the main thing be the main thing regarding this matter. I mean, it's terrible. So again, y'all, learn how to make the main thing be the main thing. Take care of what takes care of you. Don't interrupt it, because when it interrupts your life, it changes your life for the worse. So be very careful how you move. And as adults and being adult men, people don't care if we can't produce. So you have to be able to produce and pull your own weight. No pun intended. Shout out to Andy in the building, man. Appreciate you tapping in. Can't feel bad for less after hearing him talk about going to blow someone up. Tongue. It's a power. Okay, you talking about for extra. Can't feel bad for less after hearing him talk about he was going to blow someone up. His tongue is a powerful tool. The tongue is a very powerful tool. It's a very powerful tool. Sometimes in life, karma hits hard. Karma is real. But for me, I don't know him personally, so I can't say this is a aha type of moment. This is something for all people to learn from, that if you have motion, if you got things cooking in anything in life, whether it's sports, whether it's entertainment, athletics, social media, financial motion, make that be the main thing, yo. Make that be the main thing. Nobody asks for you to shoot jump shots and now you want to be a chef. Nobody asks you to run touchdowns and then want to, do the bungee jumping and all that. I'm just, again, this is nobody in particular. I'm just saying as, as example. So we have to learn how to make the main thing be the main thing. Shout out to Gia in the building. Do you believe in witchcraft? You are so wise, Ashley. Love. Wow, I'm learning a lot. Thank you. God bless you. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Thank you. I walk in peace. I bring love to all in Jesus Christ's name. Amen. Appreciate that. Amen. I practice witchcraft. Do I believe in witchcraft? I believe there are known powers, and I know some people might make a joke of it because what I'm about to say, it kind of came off the Boondocks. Like, there's known knowns and then known unknowns, right? I believe there's a higher power that certain people is connected to. And I believe there's a general power structure that we're all connected to. Is that we're just so induced into the everyday that we don't tap into our beings, right? For example, like, and I don't know, maybe that, I'm not going to say this is just me, but I have a line in one of my songs where I say, I could feel your heartbeat because I could feel the floor, right? And what that means is that we're so connected to the land. I really believe us as human beings, we're so connected to the land that we have the ability to improve and destroy the land just by touching it, just by our vibrations alone. So if we disrespect our land is going to disrespect us, because that's the type of root that we put into the land. So I don't, so I do believe in a higher power, and I believe people call witchcraft a form of witchcraft only because it takes spells. But everything that we do is a spell. Everything that we do is a spell. When we go to school, what you think we was doing the whole time in school? We was learning spells. Learning how to read is a spell. Learning how to read laws, learning how to read history. These are all spells. Listening to songs. These are forms of spells. So I don't want to relegate it and call it witchcraft, but I do believe there is a higher power that we are all tapped into. Some of us more than others. So I do believe that. I definitely do believe that. It's not a joke. Ever walk on grass and flowers, blooms? Yes. Spelling bee. Yeah, shout out to Jay Izzo in the building. Appreciate you tapping in. So yeah, so I again I don't relegate it calling it witchcraft. Again, I believe there's higher powers that just, so karma is one of them. Again, but even though karma is crazy, right? Like, it's something about life that just humbles you. Life just humbles you. If you live long enough, it humbles you. Like, I know people personally that all their life they just want to be the safe person. They want to be the safe woman or the safe girl. And what that means is that they want to be liked by everyone. And they're liked by everyone because they don't have a line in the sand on anything. Because some people feel if they have a line in the sand that they're going to lose people. I'm a big believer. I can have a line in the sand. You can either agree or disagree, but doesn't mean that we're still not connected. Doesn't mean that I still won't support you just because of a disagreement or we have a difference of opinion. Because that's how the world is made up, of differences of opinion and different acts. Everybody has a different view to do their own part. So that's how I look at it at the end of the day. Shout out to Marcos in the building. It's called reap what you sow. Again, it's a scripture. Again, life humbles you better than anybody else. That's why, again, I relegate to not doing the "I told you so," the watch out. No, you gotta tell them nothing. You gotta tell them nothing. Nothing. Life, and again, this is not relegated to for extra. This is about life. This is about life. When you see somebody really doing bad things, you don't have to wish bad upon them. You don't. You don't. Some people are so blind, they really believe that people who do evil actually get away with it. There's no such thing. There's no such thing. Can't get away with evil. Because at some point, your soul is going to be collected. So that matters. So I just, that's what I believe. That's what I believe, me personally. Don't go get telling brothers, don't do it. Tell him everything. What the hell? It's so beautiful, bro. It's common sense. Don't be stupid. I pray for you, Gia. Tell them to wise up. You wrote Tabasco sauce. All right. For fighting against the flesh, blood, enemies, but against the rulers of evil. Please, places. Not the heli. Yeah, I mean, again, but we have to be careful on being so like judgmental too. You got the time. Yeah, we gotta be careful for being so judgmental. We gotta be careful. Stating something is not judgmental though, but we have to be careful because again, when we do that, that's a form of karma as well too. It's a form of karma. So we have to be very careful. We could say our piece. Saying your piece is not a form of karma. Saying what we see is not necessarily a form of karma. But we have to be careful and not drawing that line where, where we're like saying your piece and giving your stance is not the same as being judgmental. You see what I'm saying? It's two completely different things. So we have to be very careful. So that's why I say that. Life is a humbler in itself. One day you could have, we see it all the time. You could be millions up and feel like you have the world at your feet. But then the next day, the millions is gone, right? And all you could think of is what I spend my money on and how did I treat people. See what I'm saying? So we have to be very careful on how we relegate that. We really do. Hands can't feel back into pleasure. Hands a man uses hands he was given. You got at the same time. Wow. Yeah, so we have to be very careful regarding that, y'all. We have to be very, very careful regarding that. Shout out to Nastia in the building. Appreciate you tapping in. Can you say I love you, Badira? Shout out to B in the building. Appreciate you tapping in. To hit them likes, y'all. Hit them hearts. Hit them likes. Hearts. Hit them likes. Hello from Russia. Oh, we got Russia in the building. Okay. Putin. Nah, I'm playing. Shout out to Russia. Shout out to Russia. All love and peace. All love and peace. Appreciate you tapping in. Y'all. We got the Diddy bottle for sale. Don't forget to get the Diddy bottle. That take that version is on sale. I'm playing. Get your pick tops. No, I'm really joking, y'all. I'm playing. But y'all, again, I want to thank y'all for tapping in. Y'all been super amazing, engaging in the chat. It means the world to me. I'm on every Thursday, every Sunday, every Thursday, every Sunday at 10:30. Can the Brothers Get a Rap podcast? We talk about everything, whether it's entertainment, sports, social commentary, barbershop talk, sports, entertainment, everything. We talk about everything on the show, government, everything here. And we do it in a respectful manner. And for those who don't be respectful, we see how we do them. We send them to the block party. I always hook them up with some exclusive tickets to the block party. So I want to thank y'all for majority of y'all showing that love, engaging in that chat, being respectful, leaving comments, dope comments. Some of y'all was trying to be funny and crack them jokes. The jokes is improving a little bit, but I like the, them jokes got to get a little bit better, you know what I'm saying? But for those who are here that showed a lot of light, love, and energy, perspective, thank you, thank you, thank you. You've been amazing, and you're more than welcome back, especially if this is your first time watching. Again, we're on every Thursday and every Sunday at 10:30 p.m. I want to thank some of the sponsors of the show: Bravo Section, Button Snaps, and OUV Records. If you're interested in becoming one of the sponsors of the show, you can hit me directly on Instagram at Ashley Lovechild, only if you're serious. I also want to thank y'all for helping me, again, move this along. We're trying to get to 20,000 subs. We're a little over 11,000 subscribers. So continue to like, subscribe, and share. Hit that all notification bell. I do pop up throughout the week at random times to talk and to give that love and energy. So make sure y'all tap in. There's also memberships in the page. Different memberships do get different access. So make sure y'all tap into the membership portion of the page. I also want to thank y'all for supporting my new EP that's out right now on all music platforms. If you go on any music platform, type in Ashley Lovechild, my new EP, Winner's Loyalty, will pop up, and the 6 songs, fire songs. So make sure, especially for them true hip-hop lovers, make sure y'all go tap into Winner's Loyalty on all music platforms. I feel like I'm forgetting and leaving something out. I think I got everything, y'all. I think I got everything. I want to thank y'all for in the chat, man, for tapping in. There's too many for y'all to name, but I'm going to try to name some of y'all that was in the chat throughout the night, showing that love and good energy. Shout out to Ebony. Shout out to King P. Shout out to Jax. Daco Kid. Shout out to Black Niner. Shout out to Bones. Shout out to Premium. Shout out to I Pass Kelpto. Shout out to Paul. Shout out to JG. Shout out to Ryan. Shout out to Biggs. Shout out to Shanguri. Zeb Nasty. Shout out to Dad Helene. There's so many to name, but I'm trying to show some love because y'all been showing me love. Shout out to M in the building. Shout out to Deuce Bigelow. Shout out to all y'all for tapping in, man. Really major love. Shout out to George in the building. Diddy Boy or Oiled Up Live. Shout out to Loverboy. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Again, y'all hit them likes, hit them 100s. Hit them likes, hit them 100s, man. Again, we're on every Thursday, every Sunday at 10:30. Tell a friend to tell another friend. We got over 450 rewatch videos of this podcast on this channel. So it's 450 videos that you can rewatch, all different type of subjects. Great for conversational starters, friends, family, co-workers, associates, whoever you like talking to. You ever met somebody that you just like talking to them? Like you just like having a conversation with them, and you could talk to them for hours. So, you know what I'm saying? The great conversational shout out. Shout out to Rocket Man in the building, man. Appreciate you tapping in. Shout out to X Nasty in the building. So everyone's mad because Astro. Appreciate you tapping in, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all been amazing. I will say that y'all been amazing all night, showing major big love. Shout out to Chicken in the building. Chicken on Biscuits. That's one of the best names I've heard. Chicken on Biscuits. That's fire. I love that. What goes? Oh man. Yeah, shout out to y'all, man. Y'all been amazing. Again, I will be on this Sunday, 10:30. This Sunday, 10:30. So make sure y'all come back, tap in, show that love. Again, if you on Instagram, tap into my Instagram at Ashley Lovechild. Again, if you love if you love fire, hip-hop music, make sure you tap into Ashley Lovechild on all music platforms as well. And again, I want to thank y'all for tapping in. Y'all been amazing. Y'all already know what time it is, man. It's love. And I see y'all this Sunday at 10:30. I'm out.